Welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin from Rewire Fitness, and today I got an interesting story for you. This story is about the Big Bird Bandits who decided that it would be a good idea to steal a really famous costume of Big Bird, the character from Sesame Street. Now, the interesting part of this is the actual Big Bird costume was at a circus in Australia. And I'm going to tell you about the story and tell about the interesting way that it was returned and give my thoughts on why I think it was returned. Before I get into that, go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell and leave a like and comment on this video. It helps to support these videos and helps me to bring more content to you. So now getting into the story. The story is that these two guys decided that they wanted to steal this costume, not realizing the trouble that it was going to cause them. And I'm going to go over and read the story from The Guardian because it's going to kind of make it more clear as to why this was not such a good idea. It's never a good idea to steal anything, but this is why it was really not a good idea to actually do this particular item. So the story goes, the Big Bird Bandits, who allegedly stole a Sesame Street costume from the circus in Adelaide, have been tracked down and charged. The 213 centimeter tall, bright yellow Big Bird costume, reportedly made of ostrich feathers, valued at $160,000, disappeared earlier this week, but was found dumped at the southwestern end of the circus earlier on Wednesday morning. The alleged thieves left behind a note in the beak apologizing for the troubles they had caused. We were having a rough time. They said we were having a rough time and we're trying to cheer ourselves up. It read, "We had a great time, Mr. Bird. He's a great guy. No harm came to our friend. Sorry to be such a big burden. Sincerely, the Big Bird Bandits." Now, the other part of this also says the gigantic costume was flown in from New York to take part in the circus. Circus director Keith Brown told ABC Radio Adelaide that a trail of feathers were left by the bandits. Now, these two people that stole, or two guys that stole this costume, are age 26 and 22. The fact that they left a trail of feathers. But the other fact that I find interesting about this is not only that a trail of feathers were left, but I don't think the two guys realized how much the costume was worth. The costume is worth $160,000. I think if they knew how much the costume was worth, unless they were just mastermind criminals at the age of 26 and 22, that they probably would not have gone through the process of trying to steal this, right? I don't think that if they realized the costume worth $160,000, that could put them in jail for a very, very long time if they ever got caught. And once they stole it, they probably like, this is a joke. This is kind of funny or whatever. We're stealing the costume. They won't be able to use it, whatever. They probably thought it was just a regular old, Big Bird costume that you might get at the store. They probably didn't realize it was actually flown in and that it was an original Big Bird costume worth lots and lots of money, because if they would realize, if we steal this and get caught, we're going to be in jail a long, long time. And so they decided, once they found out how much it was worth and realized how much trouble they were in, because not only I would think the regular police are looking for them, the local police, they're probably federal police looking for them too. And it's probably on like the news outlets, on everything. This costume has been stolen and we are looking for the Big Bird Bandits, or the people who stole it. Now, the funny part is that they decided they were going to return it and leave a note in his beak saying, "Hey, we're sorry. No foul. We had a good time. No harm came to him. We're sorry for all the trouble we caused. We didn't think this through," is really what they're saying. We did not think this through. But they eventually just caught them, and I think it's going to be very interesting what happens to them, because if you steal something with that much value, even if you return it, how much time in jail or prison are you going to get? Is the judge going to take some leniency on them because they probably didn't know and they're young? Or is the judge going to say, hey, you stole this, it was worth this much, you're going to spend this much time in prison? I'm interested to see what the actual punishment is for this. But I think the story is kind of interesting because they decided to steal one of the most recognizable things in the world, a costume of a character that's known and loved all over the world. And why they would do that, why they thought it was a good idea to go to the circus and steal something like that, I do want to know the reason. I thought it was really interesting. They returned it, left a note, and I'm thinking they probably just thought, hey, we leave a note, we return it, we'll be good. But in the end, they got caught. So let me know what you think about this story. Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's interesting? Do you think it's strange? Um, I think it's kind of funny they gave themselves the name the Big Bird Bandits. I guess they want to have some notoriety, being that they have the name Big Bird Bandits and telling people, hey, call us the Big Bird Bandits, don't call us something else. I think that's kind of, funny. Not funny what they did, but kind of interesting. They decided, hey, we want to have this specific name, and then they got caught. So I'm glad they got caught. I'm sure they'll end up doing some prison time probably, depending on what the judge decides to do. And I thought the story was a very interesting, strange one. So, what do you think about this story? Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's strange? Did you enjoy this story? What do you think is going to be the punishment for stealing a Big Bird costume? Did you know that the costume was worth $160,000? Because I sure didn't. But let me know in the comments. I hope that you have a great day. I hope that this story brings you a little bit of joy just from the fact that they got caught, but also from the fact that it was such a strange thing to do. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.